Hi, my name is Lotte Vesterli from Life After Bullying and the author of the book Life After Bullying, 3 Steps to Inner Peace. And happy Valentine's Day. This day is special for me because in the beginning when I was going on my journey and I had such a low self-esteem from being bullied, I didn't trust myself and it was very hard to trust other people. So even I was lucky enough to meet my husband at a young age. I didn't really truly feel worth being loved. And that impacted our relationship. So what happened when I started to work on myself, to increase my self-esteem, to let go of my social anxiety? What really happened was that our relationship started to grow in a way that I hadn't anticipated. And that's really what I wanted to do this video for you today. Because I want you to know that when you work on your self-esteem, work on starting to love yourself, to get rid of the social anxiety, or whatever it is that is blocking you right now. When that happens, then you do increase your relationship. And now we have been married, this year we will have been married for 25 years. And I cannot imagine how our life is going to be the next 25 years because it had kept increasing the love and the compassion that we feel for each other. In my book, I share a couple of exercises. I share many exercises actually, but I have taken out 2 today that I want to share with you. Exercises that can really help to boost your self-esteem and your self-love. And then at the end, I will share with you 1 tip that we started to use over 20 years ago when we were in a situation that was full of stress and we didn't really have time for each other. This thing we actually still do today. But first of all, in my book, and if you have it, otherwise if you can find this exercise on my webpage, lifeafterbullying.com, and just download the exercise workbook, and you'll find the full exercise for free. But on page 22, if you have the book, I have the exercise called Discovering Your Uniqueness. What is it that you are good at? What is it that enhances your life? What is it that you may do better than anyone else? Do you own that? If you were at a place where I worked a long time ago, I did not own what I was good at. I didn't believe I could do something special. That what I could do, of course there's other people who can do it, but not that many. That there was things that I did that people were actually thinking about as special. It took me a long time to realize that. And I want to share with you a story that made me realize, at least the first time around, that maybe I could do something special. I'm very creative. I love doing things with my hands. And back when we lived in Germany, where we lived for 5 years when our kids were small, I was sitting in the kindergarten together with some other ladies, and we were creating some craft projects to sell, to raise money. And my German wasn't that good at that time. And I was sitting a little bit to the side, both because of my language and because of my self-esteem. I didn't want to put myself out there. They wanted to craft an animal, and they were having trouble. And they were sitting discussing how to do it. And I was thinking to myself, they can figure that out. Don't interfere with them. They know exactly as good as you. All of these things was running around my head. Don't put myself out there. I just so believed that they were just as good as I was to do craft things. And then suddenly, in all of my self-doubt and little voice was telling me, don't push yourself out, don't interfere, they can handle it, all of that. One of the ladies turned to me and said, now we gotta ask Miss Vesterli. She knows it for sure. And that hit me so profound, especially the tone of voice. Like, now we have to ask. Now they had to ask me, believing I could do it. Like, with all my self-doubt and limiting beliefs, they were asking me and believe in me. That hit me so hard. Luckily enough, I could help them out, and we did create the animal. But I went back home thinking, what just happened? Somebody believed in me. Somebody other than my husband believed that I could do something special, that I had an answer. That was so profound. And as I work with clients and as I develop my own self-confidence and trust in myself, I started to realize all the times when people are telling you that you're good at something, that you do something special, that they would have no clue about what it is. We have to listen to that little voice. We have to listen to what they say, believe in us, and start believe that we are actually something special. There's things that we can do. So that's why I created the exercise. It's called finding and recognize your talents, finding your uniqueness. And for many people, this is a process. Now we can start today and you'll keep on writing. But I really want you to join me. Like, if you have the book, you can simply go to page 52, and if not, just download the exercise at the web page afterwards. But I like to guide you through it. So if you can right now, just simply close your eyes. And if you can't, this is going to be a recorded webinar, so you can listen to it later. But just sit and make yourself comfortable. And if it's possible, just close your eyes. And take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Really releasing your tension, whatever had come up so far in the day. And just be you. Just sit and just focus on being you, who you truly are. And as you take another deep breath in and slowly exhale, think about this question and recognize whatever answers is coming up as I state the question. Looking back, which situations stand out? For example, have you ever gotten a compliment? Someone told you that you made a difference in what you just said? Maybe you sense a smile on someone's face. One of those smiles where you know you touched them in a good way. Whatever's coming up for you, just make a mental note of it, just for now. What things have you created that make you feel good or even proud of yourself when looking back? It can be things like doing repairs in your house, arts and craft projects, no matter how small. Just make a mental note of it, thinking back. Maybe it's a special picture that you took. Something you wrote that sparked something. Maybe you helped another person, doing something special. But just helping them out. What difference did you make? And be aware that for some people, it can be like cooking or cleaning. that you really love to do and that help other people. It doesn't have to be big things. All these simple small things matters just as much as big things. It's actually all big things. And where did you make even just a small difference in someone's life? You might have asked the right question, giving them a hug when they were feeling low. Notice these things. Whatever comes to your mind, just make a mental note of it. From whom and when did you get a compliment? And if I were to ask your family, your friends, your neighbors, maybe your schoolmates or even co-workers, what is it that makes you special? What answers would I get? Be honest, and as best as you can, look at yourself from that other perspective. Again, make a mental note of it. And if you're listening to this as a recording, you can pause right now as you open your eyes and write down the different things that came into your being that you just remembered doing this exercise. And remember, this just started out. Start notice where you get a compliment. Start notice when somebody is smiling or feel that they are helped by you. Notice the big things and the little things and start writing them down. Capture these things because you are unique. We all are. I just want you to recognize your uniqueness. So this is one very profound exercise that I have found helped me and helped my clients, starting to recognize that we are actually capable of more than we believe it. And again, when we start recognize this, it does help our self-worth, self-esteem. We feel better about what we can. And when we start recognize this thing, we also start recognize even more things. The other exercise is really about enhancing our love to ourselves. And it's on page 69 in the book. And again, it's written in the worksheet that you can download on the webpage for free. So you don't have to have the book to do these things. This exercise, again, is profound because it starts to share with you and start owning you up to loving yourself, opening you up to loving yourself. I want to tell a story about a client I had once who really couldn't do it. She said, I can't do that. It's too much. Like, she was so low, so stressed. She said, I can't. And I told her, just do this exercise, looking up. When you go to bed, just look up at the ceiling. Imagine that you're looking into a mirror, because that's what we're doing in the exercise, and just do the exercise. And the next time I saw her, she came to me and said, wow, I can't imagine how much that worked. It's like, it's incredible. I was going out of a meeting the other day, and I took myself, patting myself mentally on the shoulder and saying, good job. A total shift, because she was always beating herself up. So she started doing the exercise in the mirror and kept getting results from it. But it's called the mirror exercise. And it's about looking into the mirror. So a good time of the day to do it is just before going to bed. So when you brush your teeth, this can be the next exercise that you do. It don't take a long time, but it set yourself up to start recognize yourself, start to love yourself. And you don't have to remember all of this. You can download again the exercise, but just simply think about that you're going into the bathroom right now, or just where you are, having a mirror. So if my hand were in mirror, I just have it and I'll hold it in front of me. And I'll stand looking in my own eyes. So I really deeply look myself into the eyes. And then I would talk to myself as if I was another person talking to me. Because the brain cannot recognize the difference. The brain will hear what you're telling it and believing it's someone else, the one in the mirror who's talking to you. That's the great thing about our brain. The brain can aid us and it can put us down. You want it to aid us. It wants us to help us to grow. So that's what we're doing here. So imagine you're someone else standing in the mirror that's talking to you. And you will start telling yourself things like, Lotte, what I love you for is. And think about something that you really love yourself for. And say, Lotte, what I'm proud of you for. What I'm proud of you that you did today is. And again, it can be small things that come to your mind. You'd be, Lotte, what I forgive you for. And we always state the name. So I'll say Lotte, and you will say your own name. Say, name, what I forgive you for. And also, what am I committed to do tomorrow? So some examples for me can be, Lotte, I forgive you for keep blaming your teacher for what she did to you. Lotte, I love you that you took time out of your busy schedule today and played with your kids. Or it can be things like, Lotte, I love your smile. And keep looking yourself in the eyes as you do this. Things like, Lotte, I'm proud that you did the phone call that you've been putting off for days. Or Lotte, I'm so glad that you notice how the flowers start coming up here in February and took time just to enjoy them. It can be all these things, but things that you recognize that you did today. Again, it doesn't matter if it's a little thing or a big thing. And then you end up saying to yourself, looking yourself directly in the eyes, Lotte, one last thing. I truly love you. And keep the eye contact for several seconds. That's not easy. And some people burst into tears. Some even told me that the mirror talked back to them and said, that's a time that you tell yourself you love yourself. It's about time that you recognize yourself. It might seem like a very simple exercise, but it's not easy to do it. But when you keep doing it day after day after day, you will start recognizing this thing also during the day. So these two exercises can really enhance your self-esteem and your self-love. So I invite you to keep doing them. And start doing them and then keep doing them. Lastly, I want to share with you this one thing that came to us. 1 minute. Actually, quite some time ago, my husband was writing a book, and we had two small kids and full-time job and everything, and we really hardly had any time for us. And it started to become very stressful, and we recognized that we didn't have that time to just be us, to just be. So we decided that every afternoon before dinner time, when we met back home, we'll actually make ourselves an espresso, have our small cups, lit a candle, and just sit down for 10 minutes. The kids were young at that time, so they would keep coming over and saying, hey, what about me, Ella? I want your help. And we just keep saying to them, can it wait? Wait just a few minutes. And they usually say yes. And after a while, they learned that when we said that, we stayed true to it. So when we are finished drinking our cup of coffee and enjoying each other, we'll go out and help them out. That little time together where we shared what happened throughout the day and how we feel, that took a lot of the stress away. And we started really enjoying it and finding out that, wow, that helped our relationship. Because sometimes we share big things and sometimes we'll just be and sit together, maybe smile at each other and just like chatting a little bit about how our days. And other times there'll be something that was troubling that we took up. And then later on, when we had more time and the kids could play for themselves, sometimes when we had the time in the weekends, it will turn into an hour's conversation because we come into such a deep talk. We still do this today, almost every day. That if we're both home in the late afternoon, we'll meet together and have a cup of coffee. I have shared that with a lot of people, and some people, they do the same thing with a cup of coffee. Some people wait till the evening and take a glass of wine. Doesn't really matter. Just find out something, a little ritual that works for you, where you can meet together every day and just share a little bit about what's going on in your world. So that's all I have today. I hope you enjoy it. And if you want to learn more about my trainings, workshop, online courses and stuff, you can just go to my homepage, lifeafterbullying.com, and you can find all the information there. Thank you for listening and enjoy your Valentine's Day.